Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started in just a minute. Thanks for joining. Hope everybody's having a great Monday on this September 16th special edition episode on the 16th. We thought about doing it on Sunday, but we figured there might be one or two less people that show up. Hard to compete with your weekend, other times, football, family. So we'll go ahead and get started in just a few seconds. All right, perfect. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Today's 15 on 15 topic is sentiment analysis. That's a feature in relativity. I don't think it's widely used, but definitely thought we'd shine a little spotlight on it and talk a little bit more about it today. So it's a sentiment analysis tool. So it's basically it's an AI tool that scores documents based on emotions like negativity, anger, desire, and positivity as well. And it helps us locate these communications inside of documents so we can run some further analysis on it. To get it installed, it's an application. So first off, it can be installed into a review workspace that's not allowed in ECA. The sentiment analysis fields are added. It's a multiple object field, so we'll kind of touch on that in just a little bit. It's a mass action, so on the little drop down, you can select the documents, click detect sentiment, and so it'll go ahead and let you pick which ones, and then if you want Excels or not, and then to run it against that data set. So really choose document set, run mass operation, and then review the results. So you can focus on English documents only, so it hasn't been tested on other languages. And then the maximum amount of documents you can send at once is 300,000 documents, and the text extracted text size can't be larger than 5 megabytes for those documents. Just some quick notes when analyzing emails. So only email bodies are analyzed, right? So you look at the headers, some kind of footers, that information is kind of removed from the conversation. So, and then all body text is analyzed. So reviewing the results, so on the document list, you're going to see a few different pieces of information. The general columns in the review grid are the name, the document ID, and the richness. And so some of the information about the score, which we'll talk through in just a little bit. So it'll pick the sentiment that you have. It'll pick anywhere from 0 to 100 for the score, and a sentence count and the top sentences. And so we'll kind of touch on what that looks like. So essentially in this movie quotes that we have in the sentiment overviews, the double colon multiple object field, you'll see we have the positive, the negative, and the desire. That's going to be the items that are found in this particular document. So ice cream is the best. Of course, obviously, high score, and or best kind of being the thing that makes it so high. And then we've got some negative, if I ain't warmed up properly, something real bad could happen. So that is certainly the truth the older I get. So that's definitely something scored negatively. So you can see it as 82. Personally, I might have done a little higher, but I guess you didn't get hurt, so at least not yet. And then you have the desire. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. So that's got the different scoring there as well. So the 91.42. And so you can search on these different fields. You can search on the sentiment in the overview field. So you'll see that there. We're going to showcase some of the dashboard features here, but just some information you have. You can build out a little dashboard, nice little pie chart of the different types of sentiment that are available. The distribution, so you can see that the scoring is essentially from 1 to 5, 5 being the creme de la creme. And then you've got the kind of the communication analysis icon on the right, and we'll touch on that a little bit too, which you can, there's a dark mode feature, love dark mode. Hopefully becomes more available in all of relativity, which would be great for everybody's eyes. And then also around that node of that particular custodian, you'll see the sentiment of their particular communication. So you can see on the where the little hand is, it's green, and so it's got positive communications, and it's got, of course, the other communications that are available, as well as the ones that are not set. So how does it work? It runs on a sentence level. So words like stop words like the a and the are removed. It runs on the extracted text field. So if there's anything that's inside of that OCR field, you want to make sure you move it over to the extracted text field to run that. Each sentiment runs separately. All right. And then some other things as well. The sentiment predictions are not affected by capitalization, punctuation, or special characters. We talked about the stop words. Brief 1-2 word phrases, images, emojis, and then document metadata, such as a file name or date modified. So 4 different types of sentiment: negativity, positivity, desire, and anger. So negative, he's such a pushover. Positivity, I just got my dream job and I couldn't be more excited. Desire, that would be perfect. Wish I had that. And then I won't read off the anger ones. I think everybody can get a general idea of what that is without me reading off a negative one. So some of the benefits, you can detect unusual communications, right? Something may jump off at a page. So if you have something like employee relations, some type of other fraud case or something along those lines, you could certainly go ahead and maybe kind of hone in on some type of investigation and look at those communications. And so you can prioritize it based on that scoring system from the 1 to 5. Maybe you just filter on those, kind of run through those, or maybe a particular sentiment that you're after the most. My guess probably something along the lines of anger, maybe what you're looking for. Just some items to consider, right? This is basically a data set was used to train this. It's not an all-encompassing data set. And there are certainly things, it is literally taking the information as it's written on the page, so things like regional differences, humor, sarcasm, those things, it may miss some of those things. So just an example, something to be considered, and there's obviously many more items to consider there too. So gonna go ahead and pop into our workspace here. And so we already saw some of the different items that we have here. So just a quick look again, right? We have our positive, negative, desire. You can see we have the different options there. Anger is not listed. So we can see the sentences, sentence number, and that particular score that we have. Scroll across. And so you can see some of the other items that we have there as well. And gonna jump in and kind of show you a few items about our dashboard that we have here. So maybe some things you may want to take into consideration, when you're looking at this. Let's say maybe we have an employee, we had this employee here for 10 years. You may want to detect sentiment kind of at the beginning. Maybe they were super happy that they had this job, and then over time they get a little angry or jaded. Maybe that's something that you kind of hone in on those time frames, right? So maybe you want to use this sort date and time field, kind of filter on a particular data set. Maybe this year 2000 can filter on that data and kind of look at how the sentiment is laid out here. So kind of a few different things here. So you can see the distribution, right? So our 5s and our 1s. And then we can go ahead and detect on the different sentiments and also our custodian information. So all this data is for Chris Germany. And then we also have our communication analysis. And so just a few things to pop out here to show this to you. If you want to put the sentiment on there, so if I look at Chris Germany real fast, you can just see it's a yellow kind of node that we have here. If I click on the sentiment, you're going to see it kind of appear on the sides there. So it's one way to display it. And I know everybody's question to me probably, how did you turn on dark mode? I've never seen dark mode in Relativity anywhere. There you go, boom. So click on the little hamburger icon that you got on the widget there, the communication analysis widget. And so just go ahead and can turn dark mode or light mode on. And so you're able to kind of scroll around and zoom in and kind of look and see who Chris is speaking to. A few other things that you can do as well, maybe you're interested in looking at maybe search terms layered on top, so we can filter in some additional information. So maybe you want to add another pivot. And so we'll just add one of our STRs for our search terms, and we'll use our bar chart that we have here. And for this, go ahead and just minimize this a little bit. Perfect. Just try to get it all to fit there on the page. So maybe we want to go ahead and filter on some of that information. So we want to filter on the word oil. Go ahead and do that. There's not enough clicking. Well, clicking's not working there. There we go. More real estate to click. So went ahead and clicked on the first term that we have here, and so you can see all the information on the screen updates. So then I can maybe go ahead and filter on a certain piece of information as far as time goes, and maybe I'm interested in multiple pieces of time, so I can click and drag, and so you can see from our probably June to about October, we can see the information that we have there. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to remove the all custodians because they're all the same custodian here. Close that out. And so you can see kind of all of our chart updates. And so maybe from this point, we want to look at ones that are positive. So let's go ahead and double click there. And so you can see it's building out the criteria of safe searches over here to the left. And so we can then kind of click down and view our results down here at the bottom. And so not knowing what is in this particular data set, I don't want to click in on it because there's some inappropriate words that are used occasionally. So I don't want to click on it. But of course, I think everybody knows how to jump in and view search terms. And so, yeah, just wanted to pause and see if anybody has any questions. Going to take a quick peek at the chat here. So no questions at the moment. So I am going to hop back to our deck. Relativity out of the way. So wanted to take the time and thank everybody for joining today. And if you have any questions or need anything from us, feel free to get in contact with us. Hope to see everybody at Relativity Fest next week. We are only 8 days away. So looking forward to seeing everybody. Come say hi. If we haven't met, walk up to me and say hi. More introverted than extroverted. So happy for that to happen. And yeah, hope everybody has a great rest of their September, and tune in for October. We got some, next topic is going to be pretty exciting. So going to just take a moment and peek again at our chart here. Let's see what kind of questions we have. Yeah, so the dashboard, to answer a question, was just talking about the dashboard and some specifics about it. So we do have kind of the communication analysis, which just shows who's talking to who. Some of that runs off the names normalization process and Relativity. But yeah, you can add the dark mode. I see a few other people that really enjoy the dark mode as well. So really hoping that they roll it out to every feature. So if anybody Relativity is listening, please keeping the classes prescription updated for help me maybe 1 or 2 revisions of those. So yeah, really like the dark mode, really like being able to use sentiment. It's got some definitely really good use cases, investigations, employee relations, like I kind of had said previously. And I think they're really great use cases for it in that regard. Awesome, great. Well, thank you everybody for your time, and we will definitely see you next month. Talk to you later.